Good morning. Yeah, Denny caught that. Hey, you know something? The date. Denny says morning east side of Florida must be a day behind. It's the 4th over here. Well, you know something? My screen said the 4th. Sue said her screen said the 3rd. I had put 4th down. It's like YouTube is so screwy that you can put things down and it doesn't come up what you want. So it's like, hey, if I've determined if the date is wrong, probably YouTube, because I put it down and it says it on my computer, but it goes out something else. So I don't know. It doesn't matter. Today is the 4th. Thanks for figuring out for me, Danny. East side of Florida. Morning, Ron. How you doing this morning? Is it the 4th or 3rd up in Myrtle Beach? Did that change? See on there. Oh, there's John. Howdy, John. How you doing? Good to see you this morning. Hey, Google. Good morning.
Good morning, Lucky Dog. It is 8 a.m. Right now in DeLand it's 79 and partly cloudy. Today there will be scattered thunderstorms with a forecasted high of 92 and a low of 73. By the way, don't forget to set out trash. Have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day. Yeah, it's the weather person this morning said that not going to rain at all today. It's more cloudy here today than it has yesterday. They said it was going to rain, and it was bright, sunny, nice all day. Didn't rain, but they said it was going to rain yesterday. Today they said no rain. Well, it looks like it might. I don't know. I gave up on the weather people trying to figure out. You know, the best way to check the weather is look out the window. Then you say, hey, I know what it's doing, you know. Hey, my friend Todd, he got back from the Keys. Him and a couple other guys, they rode their motorcycles down to the Keys, which is about a 5-hour drive from here, and they went all the way down Key West and had a good time. He put a lot of pictures up, but he said yesterday he rode 420 miles coming back, so he got back home, and so kind of like Todd had a good adventure riding down to the Keys. If you've never been down there, that's just, I've been a lot of places. There's none tops it, you know. Including Honolulu, Hawaii. Not as nice it is down Keys, my opinion. but it is nice down there. They're getting it cleaned up. It got a lot of damage last year from the hurricane, and it's getting better. So you probably still see some signs of the hurricane, but I think most of it they've gotten, you know, cleaned back up again on it. So you know, that was good to see John on this morning. Ron, Denny's on there. So always like it when everybody comes aboard there. Hey Google, tell us a joke.
Did you hear the joke about the roof? I would tell you, but it tends to go over people's heads.
Yeah, we hope the roofs are over our heads and not anywhere else. So that was funny. Hey, I had to talk about freedom. What is freedom? Anybody have an idea? What is freedom? John says, I guess you can't park a Roadtrek in the Keys. You can. You can park the Roadtrek. I have a YouTube friend, Howie Roll, that he lived down in the Keys for I know a couple years, and he boondocked. He never paid a campground, and there's different spots that you can go down in the Keys and get away with parking your Roadtrek.
It's hard.
It's hard, and they're very strict on boondocking down there. There's several campgrounds, and like anything else in the Keys, everything's expensive on it. But if you check out Howie Roll, H-O-W-I-E channel, and some of his older videos, he's over in California right now, but he was staying down at Key West permanently for quite a while on it. So And you can even shoot him some emails. He's great about answering his emails and that. So check out Howie Roll, and he's kind of an expert on boondocking in the Keys.
There's some beaches I think you can park at during the day, but you can't like swimming beaches and stuff.
Yeah,
right
there's some stores I think he talked about, different stores that you can get away with parking there. So there is, you can do it. It's just you have to figure out where they're at. On. Then he said he got a short storm yesterday, so well, I think there was rain around. I guess we didn't get any. That's the thing about Florida. Different spots will get there. That's cool. Then no, we'll look up Howie Roll. Yeah, it's Howie, Howie, Howie. I have a link on my front page there to Howie, so check him out. Anyways, again, freedom. What is freedom? Here's a picture of a guy in jail behind bars. He don't have no freedom. He might have some freedoms, within the jail, but what is freedom, and are we really free? A dog tied outside, chained to a doghouse. I can't say that dog is free. But where does freedom start and stop? I don't think we're really free. We have a lot of restrictions that cut into our freedom. Building codes, and people can argue that with me all day long. If it's mine, I'll do something the way I want. I don't need a permit, but you have to have one. But that's it's hot and sunny yesterday in the 90s. It was warm here yesterday too. But yeah, that's one freedom that people will disagree with me, but I'll stand behind it. If it's my home, I'm doing the work. I can do whatever, however I want to do it. So be it may, disagree or agree. But there's a lot of freedoms we don't have. I watched again these camping places. You can't park here, and we just talked about that. Where can you park? If you take your Roadtrek alongside the street, empty street, you pull in there late in the evening and you park there, you can get a ticket. Where's your freedom in that?
That's what happened to Howie.
Yeah, Howie gets it. Yeah, Howie got one in California. He's gotten 2 of them out since he's been out there, and he gets them all. Gets them all the time. Some of them he pays if he feels they're justified. There's one he's not paying. So he's. Ron says some laws take away our freedom. They do. There's a fine line in a law and infringing on our freedom. The things is, John says freedom. Well, that is a big question. It is a big question. Simple answer is having open democratic elections, having the ability to express your thoughts without fear of the government, police, military, and that's it. Yeah, you said it in a thing. That's a good explanation for it, John. The fear of government, police, or military, and there's times where they do encroach on our freedoms of things that we want to do. And like Ron said, different laws encroach in our freedoms, and freedom to criticize the government is sort of a telltale test.
And freedom of speech was just is another freedom.
Well, and I was just going to talk about that freedom of speech. The freedom of speech, we just had one with Roseanne for one. Twitter, she gave her opinion. Why aren't you allowed to have your opinion just because someone else doesn't agree with it? And in fact, they took her show off, and they're getting rid of her shows everywhere. So she was just telling her her freedom of speech, but it was taken away from her. Trump likes to get on Twitter, and people don't like that. One of the biggest things I like about Trump, you don't have to wonder what he's thinking. He tells you, and I appreciate that. Anyone who tells me their opinion, whether I agree with it or not, tell me your opinion. Ron said, I don't like the seat belt. Should be my choice. And that's a good example there. Seat belts. Why should you have to wear one? Because the government says that's your freedom to drive down the road, and if you get hurt, it's your own fault. You didn't wear it. or even motorcycle helmets. I choose to wear my helmet, whether we don't have to in Florida, but whether did or didn't, I still choose to wear my helmet because I like wearing my helmet, you know. John says my dad was a prisoner in Nazi Germany. Family members were killed, etc. So we grew up really sensitive to this idea of government control. And you're right, you know, government control in the past that has happened. People have lost their freedoms, you know, due to the government controls the government puts on us, you know. Always watching them to make sure that they don't get up to no good. Yeah, and not in the same way, you know. It's like, do we trust our government? Well, not always, because just because it's our government doesn't mean they can't take away our freedom, our rights, and that. So we claim in the United States we live in a free country. I kind of disagree with that. It's not really a free country, you know. It's a good country. Yeah, it's a good country, but I don't know if it's a free country because we have restrictions that take away our freedom, you know. Whether it be speech, what we do, we're not 100% free. If we lived in an island all by ourselves, made up our own rules, we would actually truly be free, you know. And Ron said, I don't trust the government. No, I mean, I really don't trust government, because the reason you wouldn't trust the government, because government is made up of people that are been elected. Some of them been in there way too long, but those people are just like the rest of us. They make poor decisions, they make bad decisions, and some of them are even crooks. You know, so no, you can't 100% trust the government, because they're made of people, and people are infallible. Is that the right word? Infallible? People, you can't always trust the person. You want to trust people, and people earn trust, and that's the way anything else is. You earn trust if somebody you feel long enough you've known them and you trust them, and then you earn that trust, you know. So anyways, I thought that was kind of an interesting subject to talk about. It's freedom. I think it could be very controversial, and a lot of people have a lot of different opinions, and everybody is right. All your opinions are right. Whether you agree with someone else or not, you're right. So you have that freedom to be right on it. So another subject here that we go on to, it's does good-looking people succeed in life more so than ugly people do? You know, is it does the nice-looking people? Sue said my great uncle was a prisoner of war.
Good-looking people succeed more?
Yeah, does good-looking people get ahead more?
I'd say that's probably a fairly true statement. Not totally true, but I think they probably do.
Yeah. I mean, look at these pictures I put up. This guy here with a beer bottle, you know, kind of goofy on it. Now, if say you was hiring somebody, who would you hire? For me, I don't care if this guy here that's all good looking and needs shaved, or this guy who has long hair and drinking a bottle of beer. Depends on what I'm hiring him for. If this guy can do the job better than this guy, I'm going to hire the guy that looks, I don't know if you want to say he's ugly, but that's... But see, I would hire him over that. There was a thing on Facebook this morning, one of the news people, he was put up 3 different ties. He goes, which tie should I wear today? People were answering, I like this tie, that tie, that tie. I write, don't wear no tie. I think they're stupid and dumb looking. I don't trust somebody wearing a tie as much as I would somebody like this guy wearing a t-shirt. Because, my opinion, you're hiding behind the tie. You're trying to look apart. I don't care what you look like. I want to know who you are, you know. And this guy here, I don't know what this guy is, but if he proved himself to be a good person, I would trust him over this guy, you know. So, but it does. Why do they have beauty contests? You know, the good-looking women, you know, they parade them around, and okay, she won. But I've seen that in the past. The good-looking people get ahead quicker, you know. Just like in school, the sports people get ahead more than the non-sports people. Very discriminating sports is in schools. and anywhere. Sorts is very discriminating, and so that's just thought. Though, I do believe good-looking people do tend to get ahead quicker than people who aren't so good-looking. You know, I was in the not so good-looking category.
Yeah, some average, unattractive people do make it. I mean, look at Albert Einstein. Her brains do it for them, though.
They get by on her brain. That's how I made it. My brains.
That's
huh?
right. Well, that's it. Yeah. Albert. I mean, what was his?
Ron says what?
Stephen Hawking. I mean, there's just
yeah.
They're brain, but they're
Ron says, why don't they have an ugly contest? Yeah, they have a beauty contest. Why don't they have an ugly contest?
Oh, I'm sure they probably do.
One day on Facebook several years back, I got all these pictures of ugly people, and I says, today is National Ugly Day. Take an ugly person out to lunch. There's Tammy. Hi, Tammy. How you doing? She says, I've always said that about the pretty people. I've always said that too. They do get ahead. Most part, the pretty people get way ahead than even the average looking person. Doesn't have to be ugly, you know. Even the average looking person don't get far ahead as the pretty people, you know. That's why turn on the news. Majority of these newscasters are all pretty people, you know. That's how they got that job. Tammy said, I just got here, trying to catch up on the conversation. So cool. I'm glad Tammy's on this morning. Good to see you. So what if everybody looked the same? How would that be? You know, like twins. Everybody looked the same. Here's two girls, twins. All women look like this. Everybody. And here's two guys. I don't like their hairstyle. Ugh. I hate these new hairstyles. Look like weirdos. But yeah, everybody looks the same. Now, then how would that work out if everybody looked the same? Would there be any discrimination? It'd be what you know, what you can do, you know, not what you look like. Future world. Yeah, where they breed everybody to look alike, you know, and then everybody. And Ronnie says, how would you find your wife then? Just pick one. Or say with the guys, girl, how do you find your husband? Just pick one. But anyways, we all did look the same. You would go by what you know, not what you look like, you know. Same with education. If you've listened before, you know I don't put much value on education. It's what you know, not the piece of paper that you obtained. And that's what I would want if I was hiring somebody. I want to know what you know. I don't care about a piece of paper that you went to Stanford or wherever you went to. Don't mean nothing to me. I want to know, what do you know? What can you bring into my company? And that's how I'm going to hire you. So take your piece of paper and do what you want with it, because it doesn't mean nothing, you know. But in today's world, Ron says the first one is come on, baby. Yeah, in today's world, you need that piece of paper in order to get that job, whether you know the job or not. You got to have the piece of paper, you know. Chances when I was young, I had that advantage, and I got away with things like avoiding traffic tickets and such. Not so much as I've gotten older. Well, and that happens too, you know. Nice-looking girls tend to. They don't always get away with it, but sometimes, you know, a good-looking girl can get stopped by the cops and, give her the little eye wink, and you might get away with it, you know. Think about yourself, how you treat people. When you out in society and you talk to a person, do you tend to treat good-looking people better than you do average or even ugly people? You know, I don't think I do. If I do, I hope I don't, and hope somebody calls me on it, because I should be called on it. But no, I think you should treat everybody the same. You take a retarded person. Some of the greatest people you ever meet is a retarded person, because they're pure at heart, you know, and to treat them anything less than 100% would be terrible, you know. And so that's something you need to think about. Ron says young police need to get stopped by Old police, yeah, that's right. The young cops act like they can get away with it. So, what did you say? So anyways, so that's a little bit about being, whether things are treated right, you know, whether you're good looking or not good looking, you know. So that was kind of funny, really, on it. And a little bit about our freedom. So, hey, anybody watching us later on, if you happen to catch it later on after the chat's not live, got opinion or questions or disagreement or whatever you want, leave it in the comment section and we can talk more about it. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. Share it with your friends, you know, bring more. I'd love to see when everybody got to see Tammy's here this morning, Ron, Denny's here, John's here. It's like, I'd love to see when we get a bunch of people in there, and then yeah, we can talk about anything you want to talk about, you know, and non-judgmental. That's in this channel. We don't judge. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion. Everybody knows I've got a lot of opinions. Doesn't have to be yours. That's fine, but I do have a lot of opinion, and I tell them I enjoy someone who voices their opinion. I appreciate that, whether it's my opinion or not, you know. Just if you believe something, tell it, you know. It doesn't hurt nothing. So again, we're gonna get out here for today. I don't know. It looks like it's gonna rain. They say it's not, but I think it looks like it.
Gotta go buy some more fish.
Yeah, we're gonna go down to the fish store this morning. We put a couple more fish in our aquarium, something to play with. So I'm gonna try a different store in Daytona. So, okay, again, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Everybody have a good Monday. We'll see everybody on tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. And see you later.